Hello Aquarius, how are you doing? This is going to be your tarot for May 2019 with me, Lauren. I'm ever so grateful that you're joining me today. Thank you so much, all of you who watch these videos. If you're returning, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. And if you'd like to subscribe, please make sure you click on the notification bell just to make sure that you stay apprised of all the readings that I'm doing over the coming month. Okay. Let's see what Aquarius is happening for May. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I'm actually going to do a spread that I normally reserve for clients, but I thought I'd do it on the channel as well. If you'd like a reading, all the information is below. And this is for Aquarius Sun, Moon and Rising sign. I'm also going to be touching on your Moon. So we're going to just see how this energy is coming through here for you guys. And also, I am accepting suggestions for the name of my unicorn pen that I use to kind of highlight some things that may have thrown up at me, and, you know, that feeling of, oh, this detail. So, accepting suggestions for his name. Okay, so the first one, oh, Four of Swords. Now, I believe, which one was it? Somebody had this one very recently. So maybe you're going into May, or you have come into May, depending on when you see this, with a little bit of needing to rest and recuperate. I feel as though some of you are being quite passive. You're just letting things pass you by, and you're not really wanting to get involved much, which is fair enough, you know. You don't have to be jumping up and down and doing all the things all the time, so that's absolutely fine. But I think for some of you it has been a case of, oh, I'm just exhausted, I need to rest, I don't want to overcomplicate things, I don't want to necessarily, I think, make myself do more than is necessary. That's the energy that's coming through. Maybe people are asking too much of you, or have been asking too much of you at least. Then you have, oh, the Eight of Swords. This has come up quite a few times. So the Eight is about isolation and imprisonment. So with these two especially, it's kind of like you are choosing to go into isolation. This has been the theme, I think, for a lot of people. And if you do have this card coming up in another reading, then it may be enforcing that idea for you. So with these two here, I feel, especially with this during the waxing phase, this could be something that you're trying to understand your emotional life. You're trying to understand the pressures that are around you, or maybe if your energy has been sort of out of balance, that's going to be something that you want to take care of. There's a lot of accomplishments I think you've achieved, but that's, you know, at what cost? At what cost have you done all the things that you needed to do? It's, for instance, if you do a channel like YouTube, it can be very draining to channel tarot readings, energies, spirits, all that kind of stuff, and then edit the video and then upload it 12 times over. I think there's a lot of repetition that you've been doing recently. You may feel like there's just a never-ending sort of repeat. So it could be that you've hid yourself away because you feel like this is a lot of stress or stresses from other people. Now, the full moon goes into your 10th house, which is your social life and your career and fame and your reputation. So it could be that you're worried about that in the run up to the 18th of May. But I also feel that because that's in Scorpio, you may be wanting to get down into the nitty gritty of it and look at the maybe taboo sides of things that sometimes come with fame in your career and the success that comes from actually visible actions that people can recognize. With the new moon though on the 4th, I mean, yeah, 10 of Swords. With the new moon on the 4th of May, which is in Taurus, you may be feeling slightly uncomfortable. It could be about your emotional life again, your home, your mother figures, your degrees, transport may be an issue. But I do feel that this is all coming to be practical. You're looking at this as a more grounded fashion, and maybe that's why you're uncomfortable, because normally you are the rebels of the zodiac and you can go with the flow and do anything. And I think this is kind of calling you to just be realist for a minute. So that could be feeling restrictive, it could be feeling a little bit like, oh, I don't like it. However, there's nothing that you really need to worry about this card. I know 10 of Swords, people go, and they freak out a little bit. This is just kind of saying that somebody is not worth paying attention to. The issue is you still have the chance to get up and move. You don't have to run after them, you just have to get back on your feet again. Now, this could be energetically. This could be an illness that's now running away and kind of it has affected you and now it's leaving, but you still feel under the weather. This could even be a lover or a spat with somebody, and you're like, really? You did that to me? How dare you? And you're now kind of ready to get up and show the world what for. This is your recovery. This is you're not going to keep me down. Actually, something that's just sprung to my eye is this here, this message. So a lot of the times with these birds, there's a lot of feathers, meaning messages and gifts, signs from above, spirit coming in to show you that they're around you. So I feel as though, Aquarius, you're going to get some signs from past loved ones and even your guides this month. Six of Wands, victory. You picked yourself up. You have a lot of people lauding that. So people are very respectful of you. They're very cheering you on. They are showing you the fact that your progress is deserved. And I think you can finally give back to people. You won. You won over these swords. You won over this feeling of absolute disaster. I feel as though there's a lot of goodwill coming towards you. They're like, welcome to the fold. You survived. Well done. You've risen again. It's really strong. It may even have been some of your health issues are now kicking away. You're getting rid of them. It could be emotional issues and feeling under the weather, and you're now getting back to normal, which is amazing. And well done, Aquarius, if you've managed to do that. I'm so, so proud of you. Thank you so much for being the strong person you are. I think this is really good for you to do. Six of Wands also gives the impression of self-confidence and your progression through that. So if you can see, actually, this is something that I haven't noticed before ever when I've read these cards. These are all women, or presenting as women, that are really showing outward pride and joy and applause. And I think that this is kind of like your community. So we have a lot of women power lately. And I'm so thankful for that. Every time there's something that shows women supporting other women, I kind of get misty-eyed. So this could be something that you have people who are recognizing you, giving you the old applause, your peers, your respected others, the people who are behind you 100%, they're coming to go, yes, well done, Aquarius. And you may feel a little bit touched by that because they're showing so much support for you. Oh, yes. So out of the darkness comes the dawn, and then you have the Ten of Cups. So this is not normally, oh, you've got the family and everything, hooray! But this is certainly a happy ever after. You will have something that you've looked for a long time. You'll have the potential to get this. I feel it's happiness and alignment with your greater good, to be honest. This is something about your energy that's really come into the flow. It's really being a touching moment, something that you feel like you can share with others. Maybe you're reconciled with a family member, maybe you're reconciled with somebody that you never thought you would get back together with. But there's definitely a feeling of joy, love, giving, emotion, sharing the wealth as well, because obviously there are more cups here than there are people. So maybe you're expecting gatherings from people, maybe you're expecting to play host to people who are coming back into your life and reunions and stuff like that. Two of Swords. So when you've reached a certain point, you'll have to decide which way you go next. So the Two of Swords is about choice. You may feel like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. This is going to be something I think that's plaguing you a little bit. Like, should I go to this event or should I stay at home? If I go, will I be exhausted? If I stay at home, will I miss out and feel, drained? There could be a thing of where you expel your energy and who you choose to back. I think it may be somebody who, having to choose sides. So it could be your spouse is having trouble and your family are having trouble, and you're like, oh, maybe they're at each other's throats a bit and you're not really sure who to support. That could be something here. Same as work. You could be like, oh, I don't know which horse to back, basically, which is going to be the most profitable one, because it could come down to something as judgmental as that. I don't know whether emotion will have any place in this. I think it's more you judging it from a very calculated way, which is not necessarily bad. It's just a case of which is easiest for you. And then the moon. Maybe you, again, you get a little bit confused by the end. Maybe you wonder whether there's been too much of a peaking early in the year. This illusion, this feeling of bewilderment, or I'm not sure whether this person's genuine. I'm not sure whether I can trust my instincts. I'm not sure whether I can trust the fact that I have overcome this. What if things get back to the way they were? Well, let me just tell you they won't, because what you have learned so far, you know the signs as to how they come through, and you know the signals to avoid now. So don't fear that you are going to go into this again, because you have risen above that. See? You have risen above that. You are far, far more knowledgeable and more experienced now than you were before. And it's okay thinking, I want to be this person, or focusing on one dream, while actually the action is going on behind you. Now, this could again be the full moon on the 18th, where it's very strong in your 10th house of your success. So again, your reputation, you may be wondering, I want to be seen as this person. But the real action, the real place you want to be is looking over here and actually being involved rather than being distracted, I think. So you know what to do with your time. You know what to do with where you put your energy and how you focus, and all of the above really, how you focus, where you want to be, how things are moving for you. So yeah, there's definitely a lot coming up for you, I feel, that brings you up and up and up and up. But as soon as, it's kind of like a height, as soon as you get to a certain height, you're a bit worried about looking down and whether you're going to slip back down again. So don't worry. Don't worry, your grip is firm. Your grip is very, very firm on your success and the progress that you've made. This card does not want to go back in. So I'm just going to read this one. Caution. Yeah, there you go. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. This means just don't rush headfirst into things. And I think, again, this is probably why you're cautious, is because this is basically to do with this one. You're being very cautious, maybe too cautious sometimes. You don't want to disturb the flow. You don't want to get disruption, basically. And again, you don't want your grip to falter on the path that you've just come from. Oh, but here we are. That was to do with what I was actually currently saying, so I'm getting another one. Dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. Interesting. It's all focusing on this moon, apparently. So allow yourself some fun. I think this is just to say life is not always as serious. You need to take a serious stand, yes, but if you don't allow for fun, for acting as though everything is fine, even for 10 minutes, and make sure you feel that in your heart of hearts. What would it be like if everything was fine? Feel it, manifest it, draw it to you, have fun, watch funny movies, do something that's just for you, and then you'll start to see the change coming in. Because I do see that you have victory, you have success. Yes, it may put you in a little bit of a precarious position where you have to make tough choices, where you have to make more difficult decisions, and that will affect more people, or you will affect the current status quo that you create for yourself. But you still have fun. You still got the opportunities coming in. One wrong move will not topple your tower that you're building. So just keep the faith and keep strong, Aquarius. And I think that this is going to be so good for you over the coming months. Let me know in the comments below how things go for you. I'm so grateful that all of you kind of let me know and keep me informed as to how things are going for you. If you'd like a reading, all the information is in the description box. But thank you so much for being here. And again, if you'd like to subscribe, I'll get my words out right one day, you can do so and click on the notification bell. But thank you so much for your time today. I'm really thrilled to be reading for you, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Take care, Aquarius.